Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to RV Online Classes. Today in this session, you are going to learn the remaining part of the lesson, the gifts of nature. Before I want to start the lesson, I want to recall what the lesson completed in the last class. We all know that God has given us a beautiful gift, that is the nature's gift. Here in this nature, we are finding long ranges of mountains, wide oceans, forest, dense forest, then wide oceans, rivers, mm, so many things we are finding in the nature. We must use them, and at the same time we must preserve it. And it is our moral duty to uh, it is our moral duty to look after the things what the God has given us. It is our moral duty. And next is uh, what we are doing for our selfishness. We are destroying the nature, means in the sometimes what we are doing, we are cutting the forest and we are polluting the water, air and everything. And such kind we must avoid that one. How we are making the water pollution? What we are doing, we are substituting so much of tons and tons of refuses in the water source, that causes the water pollution. And the next what we are doing, we are making the air pollution by adding unwanted liquid, solid and gaseous forms in the air, so that air also get polluted. What we are doing next, we are deforesting the forest, means by means of cutting the trees which are in the forest for our uses. And then long back there were many more animals in the forest. Now what we are having, what we done for our sport or for food, we killed so many forest animals. We must avoid that one, make them to live happily in the forest, and they must multiply their numbers. If we leave them, then it is also the wealth of our nation. And if we no doubt we need the trees for our life, for building uh, the construction of the buildings and then furnitures. So if we cut one tree, we must plant 4 saplings in that place, then we can maintain the ecological balance. The trees are said to be green gold. Why? Means they give so many things for our life. So that tree is also known as green gold. The trees are also known as green gold. Sapling means young plants. What we are doing, we are planting that saplings and we are living. That is not good. We must take care of that saplings, then it will grow into a big tree, and it will be good for our ecological balance. Now to read the remaining part of the lesson. If you go out on a trek, remember to be very careful when you light the campfire. The fire must be put out before you leave the camp to avoid the accidental forest fires. We all admire flowers in a garden. A well kept lawn, a joy to behold in a city, a nursery of flowers. is such a lovely sight that it makes us feel we should plant one in our home. When you go to the park or a picnic or a walk, you must not pick flowers from the plants. If you want some flowers, ask the gardener. He will tell you which flowers are ready for picking. Be careful not to step on the flower buds and remember not to take your pet animal to the park. You know that bees and butterflies help to carry the pollen of flowers from one place to another. Like most insects, they have an important function in nature. Therefore, do not catch butterflies or destroy the hives of bees. Nature's beauty is for all of us to admire and enjoy. The moon, the stars, the mountains, and seas are a great source of beauty and inspiration to us. We must learn to appreciate this beauty and marvel at the wonderful handiwork of God. Okay, here if you go out on a truck means journey, especially on made on foot, remember to be very careful when you light the campfire. Campfire means it is an fire that you light out of doors when you are camping. See here what we are doing. We are sometimes we are going for trekking. Yeah, at that time we are leaving our home and making a small tent or something. In that we are spending the time. At that time what we are doing, we are making the fire to get the light as well as to avoid the animals. Uh, so what we are doing, we are doing the campfire. Before leaving that camp, we must put off that fire. If we leave like that only, it will, by accidentally, it will cause us forest fires. It will cause us forest fires that will makes so much of loss for the animals which they are living in the forest, as well as the plants and some medicinal plants also get catch by that fire. So to avoid that one, what we must do, before leaving that camp, we must put off that campfire. Admire flowers in the garden. Admire means approval. The flowers in a garden. A well kept lawn. Lawn means an area of short grass. Is a joy behold. By seeing that grass, we will feel very happy. The flowers as well as grass. In a city, a nursery of flowers is such a lovely sight that it makes us feel we should plant one in our home. By seeing the flowers as well as the grass, what we feel, yes, I must plant one plant in my home. It feels, why means we feel very happy by seeing the sight. When you go to the park or picnic or walk, you must not pick the flowers from the plants. What we are doing, if we see the flower, we will get attracted. What we are doing, we are ready to pick that flowers. We must not do that one. If you want some flowers, ask the gardener. If you want some flowers, you ask the gardener. He will say, yes, this flower is ready to pick. Sometimes we are picking the birds, so it is not good. If we ask the gardener, then he will say, yes, this flower is ready to pick. We must pick that flower. He will tell you which flower are ready for picking. Be careful not to step on the flower bed. And remember not to take your pet animals to the park. See here in the garden, some plot here. This area is meant for some flowers, means the flowering plants. This is known as flowering bed. And while we are going in the garden for a walk or for some purpose, then we must not take our pet animals. It will destroy that flower bed. Sometimes it will destroy that flower bed. You know that bees and butterflies help to carry the pollen from flowers one place to another place. See here, here the flowers are having the pollen grains, or the bees or butterflies sit on that flower. At that time, the pollens which here these are known as pollens. These pollens will attach to the legs of that bees or butterflies. When they sit on another flower, it will get pollinated. It will get pollinated. It helps the pollination. So what we must do is, what we are doing, we are catching the bee butterflies as well as beehives. What we are doing for our use, what we are doing, we are destroying that beehives. That is not good. If you want some like most insects, they have an important function in the nature. Each and every insect also having some function in the nature. Therefore, do not catch butterflies or destroy the hives of bees. What this usually small children, what they are doing, they are catching that butterfly and they are playing with that one. While they are playing, they are plucking the wings of that butterfly. Like this, they are destroying that butterfly, which is a carrier of that pollen grains. It will directly affect the pollination. So we must avoid that one. Nature's beauty is for all of us to admire and enjoy. See here, nature's beauty is not only for one, it is for all. We must see and enjoy that one. The moon, the stars, mountains, and sea are the great source of beauty. The moon, stars, mountains, sea, a great source of beauty and inspiration. Inspiration means a feeling of enthusiasm you get from someone or something which gives you new and creative ideas. By seeing that, if we get something happiness, and in the mind something comes, ideas comes, that is known as inspiration. We must learn to appreciate this beauty and marvel at the wonderful handiwork of God. Marvel means be filled with wonder, and handiwork means work done skillfully. The God had done with so much of skill, so it looks very beauty. The nature looks very beauty. It is the handiwork of that God. What we are seeing, the nature is the handiwork of that God. You must not destroy that one. We must use that one, and at the same time we must preserve that one for our next generation, because it is our moral duty to take care of that things which are in the nature. Okay, students, lesson is completed. Now I want to write the meanings. Unknown adorers, journey, especially one made on foot. Next one, campfire. As I already told you, it is a fire that you light out of doors when you are camping. Next, admire, admire, regard with respect or warm approval. Lawn. Lawn means an area of short grass. Lawn means an area of short grass. Next one, flower bed. A garden plot in which flowers are grown. Next one, hives. Hives means structure in which bees live. Next one, inspiration. Meaning of improvisation. You get from someone or something which gives you new and creative ideas. Next, moral. Be filled with wonders. Next, handiwork. Work done. Skillfully. Work done skillfully. Okay, students, meanings completed. Now I want to ask some questions. You must answer them in a word. What is our moral duty? I'm repeating the question. What is our moral duty? Yes, you are correct. Our moral duty is to look after the things that God has given us. Next, which animals are on the verge of extinction? Yes, you are correct. The tiger, lion, and some other rare species are at the verge of extinction. Yes. Where should we throw the waste papers, tins, and bottles? Where should we throw the waste papers, tins, and bottles? Yes, you are correct. We should throw waste papers, tins, and bottles in dustbin. Okay, next question. What are trees said to be? I'm repeating. What are trees said to be? Yes, you are correct. The trees are said to be green gold. The trees are said to be green gold. Next. How ecological balance? How can we maintain ecological balance? Yes, you are correct. The balance. Next one. Who are the carriers of pollen? Bees and butterflies are the carriers of pollen. Next, what is the wonderful handiwork of God? The moon, the stars, mountains, and seas are the wonderful handiwork of God. Yes, thank you. I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.